What did
Welcome
you
and good evening. We
show?
welcome you to our Monday night
It's your
broadcast
boy,
of the
Black
NBA here on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. It's the Portland Trail Blazers taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. And, of course, they are still without Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, I hear you, Kevin. But really, it's an issue for both teams with regard to the injury situation. So it's a matter of which team can rise up and show the fortitude necessary to play through those injuries and still come out on top.
Yeah, but we've all played it and been a part of it, and this goes to the whole next man up theory. We'll see which team has the depth needed to prosper in the face of adversity.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Conley's out there with Aminu. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Connaughton in at the two. Well, as the NBA season comes into full gear, you really start to see just how big the NBA season is. Chris, would you like to keep it? Here's Silk, covered by Lillard. And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got his first points in this one.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either. Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches.
Uncovering. Lillard's got 7. And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Here's Silk. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. The shot by Muhammad, nobody around. The three-pointer, no good. And Aminu kicks to Lillard. Back to Aminu.
Great game a little. When he gets deep inside, he forces the defense to hit him. And Damian Lillard, the originator of 4-Bar Friday. Last season, he released the letter O, his album. Featured some pretty big names.
Here's Silk. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game.
Found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. There's Vonleh. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Now that makes them 80% from the floor early on. Let's see how long they can stay this hot.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to speak with Terry Stotts for a minute. He said even though this was their first meeting of the year, he did not expect there to be a feeling out.
All right, thanks for the report, David. So it's all about getting their offense going early on.
And I think that's the right call, guys. Get that rhythm established at the offensive end as soon as possible.
Oh, yeah, I agree, because they have to be the team that dictates the style of play in this game. I mean, they'll be much better off in the shootout instead of a slugfest.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Here's Vonleh. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Left side, Gibson. Over Vonleh. Nurkic with the block. And they'll keep possession. Muhammad with the steal. Only one man back on D. No good from Silk.
I like the burst to the bucket right there, but the finish has got to be better.
Aminu, the pass to Connaughton. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Here's Silk, covered by Lillard. Silk passes to Gibson. Over Vonleh. Towns controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Silk unloads from 13. Good work there as it goes. Silk's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, no matter what, he's always going to be one of the most dangerous men on the court. Well, Terry Stotts now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. I mean, he's been a head coach for a handful of seasons elsewhere, but this is by far his longest run with a single team.
Aminu with a screen on Muhammad. Here's Connaughton. He can't get it to go. Nice D from Silk. And by all accounts, Terry Stotts doing a great job with the Blazers.
Well, this team has chemistry and a defined style of play. The new players love him. I mean, Stotts himself seems really happy in Portland. It's been a great match.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And with the Tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
Man, they straight up been getting smoked over the stretch. They really need to refocus here.
Minnesota making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. Crawford and Davis can't get it to go.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket. Oh, he's shooting a fantastic mark from the field to begin this one.
Trailblazers trail by 5. And Lillard kicks to Morrow. Back to Lillard. Davis sets a screen. Dishes to Collins. From deep three-point range, and another 3 for Portland.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Here's Silk, covered by Lillard. Here's Towns. Great D that time. Here's Silk. No good there off the double clutch.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly. Then with the quick reaction time.
Wells, he's checking. Minnesota leading by 6. Silk is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then it's Gorgie Dang. And it's Muhammad in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Silk. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Jang, a screen. Tipped away and stolen by Lillard.
And then all these years later, do they feel kind of vindicated that we're showing them so much love and people around the world appreciate what they've done? So we try to just discuss fearless or insane. You know, they say insane is doing the same thing over, expecting a different result, where these guys put their lives on the line.
Yes.
And they kind of knew that it necessarily wouldn't change the arc of justice, but they felt that they had to do it. And so it's just some cool conversations with people and athletes that were much more than an athlete. And I've learned a lot, and it's been a cool podcast.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, Silk in the last outing against the Suns was outstanding. He ended with 31 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. It was a breathtaking performance for a guy who is so much fun to watch when he gets in the zone. Kevin?
Thanks, David. It was a performance that not many players are capable of.
I know I won't forget it for a while, and you have to think he'll keep it rolling here tonight. When you're that high.
7. Here's Connaughton. He's got 10. Lillard dishes to Vonleh. Rocket 6. Here's Connaughton. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Here's Jones. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Of that shot. Here's Connaughton. He's got 13. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
He doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going his way.
Here's Silk. Here's Muhammad. Rebound by Nurkic.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Here's Connaughton. A three-pointer off the mark.
Don't have to be in a hurry. They can hold for the last one.
No question. It's not easy to be patient, but you really don't want to give up an extra possession.
Gibson the screen. From deep. And the release was before. for the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back.
4 of their 5 starters. I mean, I don't think people really understand what a huge burden that placed on the shoulders of Damian Lillard. But he accepted the challenge and got them to the second round of the playoffs. That's just incredible.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Silk. Lillard outside. And Lillard gets double teamed. Connaughton kicks to Lillard for the tie. Lillard again missing. And Lillard embracing the leadership role on this Blazers team.
Lillard doesn't make it about himself. It's about his team chemistry, spending time with his teammates, his team trips. He wants that bond of friendship to exist on the ship.
Connaughton passes to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Aminu.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
Can you argue how explosive of a scorer Jimmy Butler is on the wing? I mean, he's a candidate to go off for 50 points on any given night. He's very efficient in how he scores, which is huge for a primary option.
And with Jimmy Butler, it's not just that he can lead a team in scoring. It's the ease, Chris, and the efficiency with which he does it.
Well, he draws a ton of fouls. He gets to the line a lot, something he's recently improved on. He doesn't need the ball every trip down the floor either to be impactful.
And Nurkic gets it to go. Second shot opportunity. And yes, it's good. Towns has got 14 points.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Nurkic kicks to Aminu. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate.
At least that helps with ballooning payroll. I mean, and Aminu's happy. Getting consistent minutes important.
Here's Collins after the made shot from Silk. Here's the screen. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. Pass to Collins. From downtown, got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Lillard.
Got to always know where Lillard is on the floor. Great offensive player who can score from anywhere.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations Tom Thibodeau says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything.
He hasn't missed so far this quarter, and you can see why. His form is Taj Gibson. I'm always impressed.
Destroying them now. Should be destroying everyone lately.
Trailblazers trail by 14. And Lillard kicks to Harkless. He dishes it to Davis. Lillard from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gibson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And with Gibson, the quickness he has at his position is a big benefit for him. Great for when he faces up, too.
Yeah, Kevin, he has a great one-bounce move when he's facing up in the paint or elbow. He also does
good from Silk. Portland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Lillard, the pass to Harkless. He kicks it to Morrow. Davis sets a screen. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6. They set the screen. Harkless, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. 7 points for Harkless.
Lillard is great at spotting the open man. He knows it's his responsibility to get his guys going.
Silk passes to Towns, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
Now here's Harkless. 7 points in the game. Here's Lillard. And he could not get the...
I love the complementary aspect of this group now. You know, you've got the young talent, but you've brought in some veteran leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns kind of gave the confidence to them to go out and acquire a superstar in his prime like Jimmy Butler.
Now, here is Lawson. Silk passes to Butler. Sinks the triple. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Butler has the touch from deep. A skilled outside shooter who you can't let get comfortable from there.
Here's Vonleh. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now.
Gonna be.
Definitely picks 15, 20, and 26 in a strong draft class. That could really help reinforce a roster.
Now, here's Aminu. He has 5. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Nurkic checked in for Harkless. And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Morrow, no good.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
And so it's Minnesota taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Minnesota leading by 19. Shabazz Muhammad is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Lawson. And it's Silk in at the point guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5. At the line for 2. And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, you wouldn't expect it from a Coach Thibodeau team, but defense was an issue for the Timberwolves last year.
And the Wolves brought in Butler to help with offense, but more importantly, his defense. And Butler, familiar with what Thibs likes to do on both ends of the floor, has the leadership the team needs, particularly on the defensive end.
There's the screen. Lillard misses.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half. And Butler, kind of a Swiss Army knife, isn't he? I mean, more than just a scorer, a very
kicked into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Times.
Now let's catch
Shit.
up with David Aldridge.
Get on that.
All right, Dave.
Dribble moves. Fun play. You have to glue hands. 4-6. 16 pick and dodges. 10 assists. Well defended. Winner. One step closer to 88 overall. The road to 80 overall is coming up. Good win.
Thank you, Kevin. Congrats on the win. Now, you got it going offensively. How did you create looks for yourself against the defense?
Thanks so much. I tried to find the spaces and the gaps that they may be slow to cover. And when we have the ball moving around like the team did today, it's easy to stay in a rhythm and see plenty of shots. And tonight I was able to convert.
The ball really was moving. Congrats on the win. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
Yo, check it out.
Hey, Boo Boo, what are you looking for?
Me? Oh, I was looking for them boys' pride. After the way y'all took it tonight, I know they need it.
You a fool, boo-boo.
Okay, listen, my hip. Look, old sports injury. Look, we're gonna stick to handshakes from now, okay?
Come on, old man, get in the gym.
Old man, nothing.
Boo didn't play sports,
He
man.
did. You couldn't have. No way. You're not that old, is it?
I don't know.
Hit
Okay, well, that's the end of the video, I think. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you smack the like button, and we will see you in the next video. See you in the next video.